matchup in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Washington Redskins. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
First carry for Darius Geis. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Second down, Haskins. Caught by Montgomery. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
Washington Redskins, first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Ready. 43's the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Fast. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. I'm here.
On second and 12, Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Here we go.
So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up third and goal. On third and goal, Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I talk with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Second down, Murray sets to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he finds his tight end, Graham. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Let's go. 10, let's go. Okay, right there, 56. Let's go.
A first down carry here for Johnson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Montez Sweat in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. This one caught by Isabella. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
They're going for it. It's Murray. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Watch the run, watch the run.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Set, hut. Pittsburgh. Check, check, 43. And we got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Check, check. Fresno. Fresno.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll run it here with Logan. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Right. Hayward. He's
Now on 2nd and 16, Murray. That ball complete to Isabella.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau.
Interception, baby, all day.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. Ancient Gator. I'm coming. Check. Lucky. Let's go. Come on. 43.
Out of the gun, Geis. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down, 4 down. 43's the mic. 43's the mic.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. And this one complete to Reed. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Slam, slam, slam.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
56. Rabbit, 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 rabbit.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At the 39-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. And a Cardinal first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Murray, that's going to be caught by Kirk. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 45-yard line.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Off the draw. Here's Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And boy, this Redskin defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. That second down play nets a -4. Right now in the second quarter on the defensive side, they got to feel pretty good about what they're doing.
They should embrace the feeling they have now, embrace the way that they're playing, and continue that through the half. I know defensive coordinators, sometimes they overthink it, start wondering how they're going to be attacked. Just keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
To throw, it's Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin them back here at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 15. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Mike's 56. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Here's Johnson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Murray going to throw. Flush to his right. Murray fighting. Lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coach is screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Forced out to his left. He'll get this complete to Batson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden...
And he's into the clear. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. On the ground, Geis. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
First down, Cardinals.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Running from the gun, Johnson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 46-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Kill, kill.
On second down, it's Johnson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Murray now. And this is going to be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. First down, Murray. That's Isabella open on the right side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Johnson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun on third down, Murray. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
You can't block me.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of 2 there, second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
56. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal.
That's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for them to break into their bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for them. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive yardage.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Here's Murray. Screen play, Johnson. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen get when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Escaping the pressure right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that, and even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Second and 10. Here's Haskins again. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 23. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
Here we go. Check 3.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Flushed out right. And Graham's got it. Complete. 23 yards the pickup there.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Check, ready. Check 56. No.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Let's go now. Come on, touch the outlaw.
They go to Johnson again. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
Right there, 56.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. To throw on 3rd down, Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd down, Haskins. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chandler Jones showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
One set, eyes up, one set.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Johnson. And he powers his way up past the 30. The tackle there by Fabian Moreau.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Murray and company going for it on 4th. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
30, get away.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to throw, Haskins. It's complete, swings it out to his running back. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
They're on the 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd and short.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, and here's Murray. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
56, Mike, 56.
Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Now a desperation throw deep down. It's caught at the 10. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw is Murray. The quick slant caught. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Ready. Time to end it. 43. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day.
On 1st down, this is Geis. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
The
The first down line at the 34 here on third down.
Haskins to throw. He's got the first down here inside the 30. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Geis again. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that. But also, you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Redskins as we say so long from FedEx Field.